Using Bob's Red Milk Kamut Hot Cereal, you will learn how to prepare 3 high-protein meals for breakfast or lunch. First up, Kamut and steamed chickpeas with sun-dried tomatoes. Adding 1 teaspoon of avocado oil on medium heat. 1 tablespoon of chopped onion, 1 teaspoon of thyme. This is for 1 serving only, so mix gently on low heat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is very important for our growth. Then we're going to add in 4 ounces of water, 3 ounces of prepped chickpea. For the seasonings, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil, and 2/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Stir and let boil on low heat for 10 minutes. This is how it should look after 10 minutes, but you can always add extra liquid if needed for gravy. The chickpeas are well done. Using our prepped kamut, we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of water and 5 ounces of kamut. The prepped kamut. Mash down with a spoon. Let it heat for 1 minute if it has been stored in the refrigerator. If you just prepared the kamut, no need for excess heating. So we're just going to add to the bowl. Next, add in your steamed chickpea. And then we're going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. Here is the final look, and it definitely tastes delicious. Next up, kamut with veggies and stewed tomatoes. So our veggies are already chopped, as you can see, and we're using watercress as our greens. So we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of avocado oil and 2.35 ounces of butternut squash chopped. We're going to stir. Now the squash takes a little longer to cook, so I wanted to give the squash a head start before adding the other delicate veggies. As I was cooking the squash, I added a little bit of water to prevent burning. Adding in 1 ounce zucchini, 0.50 ounce of purple onion, 1 ounce of bell peppers, and 3.30 ounce of mushrooms. Add in 2 cloves for flavor, as well as 2 bay leaves. For seasonings, 2 teaspoon of dried basil, a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, and thyme, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Add 2 teaspoons of water to steam up the veggies. Stir thoroughly. I added the onion powder last because I cooked the squash first. The onion powder would have browned quicker as squash takes long to cook. So we want to mix again and let simmer for 2 minutes. Next, we want to add in 1 ounce of watercress or any approved greens, stirring it into the veggies. Meanwhile, let's make our gravy, adding in 4 ounces of water, 0.300 pounds of plum tomatoes, a stick or a teaspoon of fresh thyme, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, dry basil, and 1 bay leaf. I don't know about you, but I like gravy, so something had to work in this alkaline vegan diet. Let's simmer on low heat for 10 minutes. This is how it looks. Delicious, gravy ready, yes. This is the overall look of the stewed tomatoes. Adding in 3 tablespoons of water and 5 ounces of Kamut hot cereal. Mash down using a slotted spoon. Let heat for a minute, only if it was stored in the refrigerator. We are now plating. If you are a gravy person like me, this recipe would be great for you. Guys, the veggies were on point, the stewed tomatoes were delicious, and this recipe is definitely a must try. Third dish is Kamut with sautéed mushrooms. We're just slicing the mushrooms now. We want them to be thinly sliced. Ensure to use fresh, dry mushrooms, no slimy or no wet mushrooms. Adding in 2 teaspoons of avocado oil. Four ounces of sliced mushrooms. Adding 2 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and dried basil. Whilst on high heat, we want to add the seasoning so it can brown and crisp the mushrooms, stirring at the same time. Then putting a lid for it to cook for less than a minute. This is how I like my mushrooms, nice and golden brown, crispy. And it is finished. Now I figured you'll get the hang of it by now, warming your kamut on the stove top. And then we want to just add the mushrooms to the grits. Here is the results for the kamut with sautéed mushrooms. You can make gravy from mushrooms for persons on an alkaline vegan diet. Do not use any microwave, and so that's why we're heating on the stove. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.